performed by Cortez. Barbara John, an African-American student in Virginia, tragically attended a separate but unequal public high school. She took a risk in 1951 to demand change. Eventually, her case became part of Brown v. Board of Education, and her actions triumphantly integrated schools. In 1896, the United States Supreme Court declared segregation constitutional with Plessy v. Ferguson. As a result, the doctrine separate but equal was used in every public facility in Virginia. Barbara Johns attended Robert Russa Moulton High School, the public school for blacks in Farmville, Virginia. Every day, I had to walk to school since the college school bus did not pass where I lived. Every day, 450 students attended a school belt for 180 students. Every day, we learned in tar paper shacks that we called chicken coops. Every day, our schools were separate but not equal. We wanted so much here and had so little. And we had talents and abilities here that were not really being realized. And I thought that was a tragic shame. And that basically motivated me to want change to take place here. No cafeteria, no auditorium. The school board invested $306 per student at Moulton High School. The school board invested $1,679 per student at Farmville High School, the white school. To keep warm, we had pot-belly stoves. If you sat too close, it was too hot. If you sat in the back, it was too cold. The roofs were leaky, so we held umbrellas over books so they wouldn't get wet. Sometimes, teachers taught us on buses. I was sick and tired of everything in the school. Miss Davenport, my music teacher, advised me, Barbara, sometimes in life, you have to do something about your conditions. I am going to lead a strike to show them fairness. If our parents or teachers can't do anything about it, we should try. On April 23rd, 1951, students formed my strike committee to make schools different and to force change. I enacted a plan to get all students to the auditorium. My classmates expected the principal behind the curtains, not me. I gave a speech to them to not accept the conditions of our school, but it became chaotic. My classmates yelled. They thought they would go to jail. We are striking, and would everyone please cooperate? Don't be afraid. Plus, the jail can't hold us all. We walked out chanting, 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bits a dollar. All bits able to strike, holler. We spoke our minds. The principal asked us to go back to school, but we refused. We were on a mission. The strike committee tried to talk to the school superintendent, but he threatened expulsion. The next day, we met at the First Baptist Church, where the minister advised us to contact the NAACP. I called, but it didn't answer. Finally, I got through, and we hate to oppose, but under the circumstances, we have to ask for help. The facilities at Robert R. Moulton High School are inadequate, and we understand help is available to us. Yesterday morning, April 23rd, 1951, students refused to attend classes under the circumstances. This is a very serious matter. We have graduating seniors, and it can't be done by staying at home. Please, we beg you to meet with us. Mr. Alva Hill and Spotter Robinson, lawyers in the NAACP office in Richmond, Virginia, arrived in Farmville ready to send us back to class. They thought Prince Edward County was not the ideal place to challenge segregated education, but we were confident we could change schools here. After about 2 weeks, we went back to school, since the only way we were able to talk to the school board was if we went back. Our goal was to get equal schools in equal facilities, but Mr. Hill and Mr. Robinson changed it. We not fight for a new school, but fight for integration, not just for separate but equal schools, but for these segregated schools. We took our fight to court with Davis v. Prince Edward County. My parents her mission. We went to U.S. District Court where the verdict was, we have found no hurt or harm to either race. Since we lost, we appealed the case. We went to the Court of Appeals, we lost again, and we appealed the case again. Our brief stated, notwithstanding Virginia's efforts in this case, but it's clear that racial policy in public education cannot be permitted to endure. We made it all the way to the Supreme Court, and we weren't the only case. Belton v. Gephardt from Delaware, Bowling v. Sharp from Washington, D.C., Briggs v. Elliott from South Carolina, Brown v. Board of Education from Kansas in our case, Ferris v. Prince Edward County. Our case was the only case led by students, with 170 plaintiffs. The Supreme Court decided to combine all the cases. We were known as Brown v. Board of Education. Thurgood Marshall, the lead attorney of Brown v. Board of Education, said that the courage of the Negroes in Fayetteville, Virginia, and the support from other areas in Virginia will stand as a landmark in the struggle for full citizenship. The Supreme Court decided its verdict on May 17, 1954. We conclude that in the field of public education, the doctrine, separate but equal, has no place. We triumphed until Virginia found another way. In 1954, according to Senator Harry F. Byrd, in Virginia, we're now facing a crisis of the first magnitude. In 1956, Governor Thomas Stanley said, I shall use every legal means at my command to continue segregated schools in Virginia. In 1959, Governor J. Lindsay Almond said, I'll not yield to which I know we were wrong and will destroy every rational semblance of public education. As a result, Prince Edward County closed schools. The Board of Supervisors opened a whites-only private school, Prince Edward Academy. Other Virginia schools shut down in Warren County, Norfolk, and Charlottesville. Many African-American families moved from Virginia. Some just lost education, and some were tutored in churches. My parents made me move to Alabama with my uncle for my safety and for an education. On May 25, 1964, the Supreme Court made its ruling on Griffin v. Prince Edward County. The county has violated the students' rights to education, and we ordered that the schools must reopen. The time for mere deliberate speed has run out. Even though I had to fight for equal education, I still graduated. I became a school librarian. I have my own life now with my family, but I never got the tragic school conditions I had. I taught my 5 children to stand for their lives. Even though it took a while to get equality in schools, it was the beginning of a movement. Before Rosa Parks sat down, before Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech, before the Freedom Riders took a road trip in the South. Barbara Jones was just one person with a big mind set to force change. She saw the tragic unfairness of her school and how it was segregated, and she took action. She led a strike. She filed a lawsuit. She challenged school students.